And happy Sunday. Welcome, everybody. This is going to be a short introduction because I'd like to get over to the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord channel and listen to the event briefing. And it's top of the hour, so they're probably just about ready to get started. I'm going to head over there, and then we'll talk a little bit about our flight, what we're going to do, and get ready to fly. How's everybody doing?
Alrighty, stop Melvin.
All right, looks like maybe we've got just a second here, which is all right.
The weather's weird.
We'll hang tight and let them kind of get things sorted out here. I'm going to
Yeah, the first part's going to be marginal at best, but then once you get to Portland, the rest of it should be severe clear.
That's why I said
get this stuff entered in here, get a flight plan in.
I set custom just to be safe.
I'm probably gonna give an option on that for anybody, by the way.
And yeah, they're talking a little bit about the weather right now. If we go regular weather, this is what we get.
6 o'clock on the East Coast.
All right, you ready to start, gentlemen?
So I don't think there's any way we can do that. So we're going to go ahead and go.
So, pretty straightforward on this event here. If you look at the briefing, I give you a suggested path here, and I'm going to be following that path myself from Astoria all the way on. The biggest things, I got to show you this on the section, so let me share this. Biggest things is as you leave Astoria, you're going to have that terrible weather. It's marginal. It's overcast at 5,500, but you have some broken layers in this rain. So even though it says 10 square miles of visibility, plan on there being less, just in case. Also at Kelso, Longview, you're going to have the same type of deal, except it's overcast at 1,200. So what you might want to do if you want live weather, is you might want to go over that and just fly above that. I wouldn't suggest going below that. So that's up to you, though. If you want to force VFR weather, then do so for the whole flight. Just put that in the remarks. Force WX VFR on either X-Pilot or V-Pilot. Once you hit Portland, you're good. And the biggest thing that we have to look out for is this right here. If you can see, it's restricted airspace, and there's also a military operation area around it with the red border. I would suggest going right over the Columbia River, and that way you stay clear of that the whole way. And then if you want to do a landing at Hermiston, you can, but you'll be north of the airfield, and then you just take that turn south. Do not go into that area at all. I mean, there's not much for the military operations area anyways, but the restricted area is all over there, and it goes up to 20,000 feet. So if you have a general aviation aircraft that for some reason can go above that, and you have oxygen, then that's all yours. Other than that, it's a pretty easy flight after that. We have a Class Delta over here at Tri-Cities, so you will have to contact Tower to land there. I'm probably just going to overfly things myself. That's all up to you. You could land at any of these airports that I've pointed out along the route. Feel free to do that, but most of them are non-towered. Again, Tri-Cities is towered because it's Class Delta, and also obviously Portland's Class Charlie. So if you're going to get in there, 4,000 and below, you're going to want to contact Approach, which is actually right now Seattle Center, unless someone comes online, which I did request ATC. So Seattle Center will be your approach there. Contact them probably about Woodland State or so. It's supposed to be 20 nautical miles out from the airport when you contact them and let them know your intentions. If you're going to overfly it like I am, I'm just going to be at 5,500 feet. So I'm just not even going to contact them. I might do flight following. I haven't decided that yet. That's up to you and your discretion. And let's make sure that we use the CTAF, which is 122.8 out there, for any airports that do not have any towered operations. Other than that, just follow the Columbia River. It's a pretty easy route. I just gave you airports along the way to land at, and also just have for checkpoints. And then we end right here at Pangborn Memorial, Kilo Echo Alpha Tango. And again, make sure they're using the CTAF so that we would coordinate all those landings. Are there any questions? Pretty simple then.
Do most people plan to request flight following? Because there's that event on the West Coast.
Yeah, you could definitely request flight following. It's not a terrible thing to do, especially seeing that we have that event on the West Coast.
If the controller's too busy, he'll just say unable flight following.
That's what we do in the real world. But most of the time, if you're doing a long flight, we do request flight following just to be safe. Any other questions? All right, if there's no more questions, load up at your airport and fly the route the way you want to, or do the suggested route, which is what I am. I'm at the ground of Astoria, and I will see you at the end, guys.
All right, good deal. So you kind of got the gist of it. I don't have to do a whole lot more to tell you what we're doing other than let you know that we're here
I'll be on Discord,
in Microsoft Flight Sim, and we're in the Mooney Ovation. There are a few guys loading in here. You can hear some engines running, and that's what we're going to do as well. So welcome, Kenny Monster. I see you. I know you're lurking. I know you're going to be helping out and doing some different things. So glad to have you there, and everybody else who's here as well. Welcome. Happy Sunday. And let's see here. I don't generally do a whole lot in terms of pre-flight or checklist stuff for this, which is not good. So I'm going to try to be better at this. All right, we've got all of our covers and static elements are removed. Gear lever is down and confirmed down. Yeah, that's one thing you got to check right there. We would have been getting hollered at if that wouldn't have been the case. Ignition is off. We can go ahead and put the master battery or the mastery batter on. The master switch is on. Let's check our fuel quantities. Yeah, we've got about half a tank. That should be plenty. The battery voltage is looking good. Our vacuum. This shows you how much I do this. They're supposed to check the vacuum. I don't even know where the vacuum is. Maybe it's over here. No, it's not. No, it's not. Pitot heat. We're going to leave that off, and the trim is good for what we need right now. Wing flaps are up. Trim is right there. Takeoff. Yeah, so we're doing good.
Oh, there's no airport diagram.
And let's see here.
Check the VATSTAR site.
Right. Doors are shut.
Astoria?
Parking brake is set. The fuel selector, we'll just go ahead and put it on the right-hand tank. And radio master switch is off. Ignition switch is off.
I think the default scenery might be different.
Which sim?
Alternator's on.
X-Plane 11.
There's a difference
The
between the
beacon
default
on.
scenery in X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim for runway 32.
And I think we're ready to go here. We'll crack the throttle. Oh, goodness
I'm looking
gracious.
At the real world is runway 8.
I need to switch my throttle quadrants here real fast. That was one thing I didn't check. Did not check. I still have my A310 levers on there.
1432.
So let me get this set here real fast. And we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, nothing's listed from 1432. I thought maybe there was an inactive runway.
And I better make sure also that I have the right profile on here. Simple GA is what, yep, I do. So that's good. Go back, resume. All right, so throttle, prop, mixture. Okay, good deal. Prop and mixture full. forward, crock that, crock. I guess I'm going to be that way all day long. We'll crock that throttle, and we'll be ready to go here. Booster pump is on. Beautiful. Avionics master coming on, and we'll probably just leave the default on. I haven't updated my PMS 750 yet, so it's kind of a moot point here.
Eric, I have no responsibility.
5,500.
Yep, I got
And let's see, we've got Blue Nose NL
I see you're not even streaming, Mike.
pushing the follow
Nah,
button.
I
Well,
got-
welcome, happy
I'm
Sunday,
lucky I'm
and
even
Skull
home
to
tonight.
you.
I was supposed to still work, but they gave my last overnight to someone on IOE, so I ended up getting an extra day off.
Hearing
so
some
I'm
chat
gonna be
from
very
the
lazy
Virtual
tonight,
USA
no stream,
Flying
just chill
Club
out, fly around.
on the background there. And let's see here. After start, let's go through the rest of this. Did not really check our temps and pressures. Oil
I'm probably not going to be streaming a ton
temp
for a
and
while.
pressures are, well, oil temps coming up. Pressures look good. Everything else is doing good. Cylinder heads are coming up. We'll let it warm up a little bit here. And let's get an altimeter. It looks like we should have 2972. It is, again, this is forced VFR, so that's why you're seeing maybe different weather than if you're like in this area and you're like, wait a second, it's rainy, it's nasty out. That's why. Oh gosh, this is showing like below sea level. We got all kinds of issues here. I'm just going to go ahead and go, yeah, that's about where it should be, right about sea level. Astoria is. And so we're going to go there by preset 5,500. We're going to be eastbound along the river, and then when we get past Portland, we might go ahead and change the weather back to normal. We'll see. But at least the first leg, we're going to head to Cascade Lock State and fly it with this forced VFR, this high cloud or partial cloud. I don't remember which one I picked, but we're going to fly it with that. Okay, so I will need, this is a class Delta, I believe, so we're going to need some clearance to get out of here. And Seattle Center is on line 3545. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I want to do this. Even if I don't use it for anything else. Easier to put the comm frequencies in. Yeah. I know. 13545.
Center reset transponders, correct 6675.
6675, 1542.
And Seattle Center, November 11816.
The November call sign calling Seattle Center, say again.
Yes, sir. November 11816. Mooney Ovation on the ground, Astoria, with the weather VFR eastbound request.
And the Mooney on the ground at Astoria. Astoria's uncontrolled. You got a few aircraft in and out of that area, so I'm unable to give you any instructions at this time. I'm on Unicom 122.8.
My apologies. Over to Unicom 11816. Okay, so I.
Delta 209, runway 16 left.
Okay.
Bravo Charlie.
Okay, I thought it was a Delta, and I thought all Deltas were controlled. But you know what? It's easier this way.
And TBM 9.
It's easier this way.
Astoria traffic, Seminole 4 Mike Charlie is clear of the area to the west, last call, Astoria.
Astoria traffic, Mooney 62, Golf Hotel, taking runway
All
32,
right.
right crossing departure to the
3-2. All right, 3-2 is where they're going. So
Astoria traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray. Inbound full stop landing, runway 32, Astoria.
and this is interesting. I don't seem to have Astoria. Okay, I don't have Astoria on my. Okay, well.
Astoria traffic, Cherokee 5 Romeo Yankee is taking off runway 32, right traffic
I'm going
to the east.
to taxi down that way. That's going to get me lined up. Boy, I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. It looks like it's a 2-runway operation here. So, yeah, we'll head down this way and kind of see if we can pick up the line of people. As I look at my windsock, it actually seems like it's favoring a different departure, but there's somebody heading out. So
Intending to cross midfield for left downwind, runway 32.
all right, away we go.
Astoria.
Away we go.
Astoria traffic, Mooney 62, Golf Hotel, turning right.
Let's see, Rob Valkyrie. It is a Class D non-towered. Thank you. And Connor Nix is here, and this is the Mooney. Oh, it's an Echo. Smitty's saying Class Echo. Rob
Lord,
Valkyrie.
the autopilot is suddenly very aggressive on the Seminole.
Confirms, and so that is my mistake. But we got her squared away. We're gonna get down here. I should have probably done the run up here. Yeah, the magenta dashed is echoed to the ground. 0.34 says. So magenta blue is the class Delta then, isn't it? Is that my mistake on that? We'll take a closer look here in just a bit. Do I have anybody behind me? I really would like to do a quick run up here. I don't see anybody behind me, so let's do a quick, real super quick run up. Set the parking brakes. Let's go ahead and flip the fuel tank selector over. Just make sure that the engine is going to run on both tanks. It is. We're going to go up to 2,000 RPM.
Astoria traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, joining left downwind, runway 32, Astoria.
Cycle those props a couple of times. That looks good. Full pressure is increasing. Okay, that looks good. Go through our mag check. For Pete's sake. I love the click spots on this. Alright, there's the right. Back to both. Left. That's acceptable limits. I've got the elevator trim. Oh, that doesn't come on anymore. Put the boost pump on for takeoff. We'll go ahead and put the strobe, nav, recog, taxi, landing lights. I should have had the taxi lights on beforehand. And yep, Schmitty. That's I don't do a very thorough run up, I know, but that is one thing that does make a lot of sense. All right, full range in the flaps. Controls are checked. That looks good. We'll set flaps 1 for takeoff, and I think we're about ready to go. Astoria traffic, Mooney 11816 is lining up runway 32. Astoria traffic.
Astoria traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray on final runway 32, Astoria.
Oh, and my apologies, traffic. We'll wait for you to land on 32. I thought he said he was on base. All right, we will get up here and hold off. might have been able to sneak out anyway. But the hard part about this right now is that you can't see the aircraft coming in, and so you are not sure. Like if I visually wasn't able to see him, if he was, even 3 miles out, I could get out there and I'd be just fine. But he could be like right here and not show up till the very last minute. So we'll just hang out and see what happens. Good to see everybody here. 0.34 Jay Smitty, Rob, Connor, and Kenny. Thanks for coming back for more punishment. Alright, let's turn these up here, these panel lights. I'm not 100% sure that we need them, but not a horrible idea. I can find the click spot to just to try to get a little bit more light. Charlie Lima Golf Whiskey X-Ray, where are you? Where are you? I think we could have got out ahead of you. Alright, well, we're...
Astoria traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-Ray. I'll be disconnecting and respawning.
Oh, bummer. Okay. And Astoria traffic. Mooney 816 is departing runway 32. Be making a right-hand turnout VFR eastbound departure, Astoria. That would explain why we couldn't see him. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. All right, we're gonna give it full throttle. We're gonna rotate at 67, and just like we did last time, if we don't have 60 by the time we get back
Grand Caravan and Microsoft Flight Center
to the ramp area, we're gonna abort this takeoff. Anything 67 or above, we're gonna take off.
I mean, there's
and
the flight plan button on, or
troubleshoot in the air. Probably turn around and come right back here if we have any problems. If we can get above 1,000.
But
Airspeed's alive.
Enter any of the fields. I
60.
don't have a button that allows me to type it
and
in.
rotates.
I can't just type it in, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that system at all.
Positive rate.
Microsoft Flight Sim.
Gear coming up.
Gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Flaps coming up.
What's the old-fashioned way? Just like
Dead reckoning. Use that sectional.
Okay, I'm in IFR conditions right now, so that'll be fun.
Oh, that's awkward.
Alright, so right hand turn. We're going to come all the way around and head out of here eastbound. Try to see if we can pick up the Columbia River.
It's a nice surprise.
Ooh, and you failure, nice.
Yeah, went back to the airport, managed to land, and then had a little runway excursion.
And let's just see. I'm not 100% sure. We're in a pretty big little bay here, so I think that is our river. And yeah, I think we're on the right track here, climbing out. There we go. Astoria traffic, Mooney 816 is climbing through 1,500, departing the area to the east. Astoria traffic. All right, here we go. Here we go. We are up and away. We're going to climb to 5,500, and we're going to just stay along the river here because of the Glass Charlie near Portland. Yeah, 5,500 will get us free and clear of everything, so that is the plan of attack. Gonna try to find a do something here. There we go. And okay. All right. all right, all right. And I think we're rocking and rolling, everybody. Let's see here.
Bearing Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
Am I
Traffic,
losing my...
runway 32 via Bravo. Sorry.
We may be, now that I'm looking at this, we kind of look like we may be following a smaller tributary and we're actually heading a little further south than I wanted to. So let's go ahead and come back up. I'm thinking this might be our Columbia River right here. So we'll go that way. For the most part, again, we're going to be working it using pilotage. We don't really have any of the GPS stuff set up, even though we do have it in that GTN 750. But we're just going to try to see if we can find our way down the river, or I should say up the river. We've come down this river several times, but we've never worked it back this way. I'm kind of excited about this and looking forward to the challenge. Our first stop is at Cascade Locks State. We've landed there also a few times. A very challenging, narrow, short little runway, but a very beautiful spot along the river. And so, again, should be a lot of fun. And then we're going to also fly essentially right over Portland at 5,500. And we'll get a chance to probably see some traffic in and out of there, which should also be good fun. All right, I've got the manifold 26. I've got the RPMs. Probably could go a little more, but 24 and 26 on the climb out here wouldn't hurt me a bit. And I'll start to gradually lean as I get up a little higher. Right now my AGTs are in the blue arc, so that's just fine. We'll just try to keep it that way. And just, again, work ourselves up to approximately 5,500. And we've got friend to all just joining us, Virtual USA Flying Club group flight. It is. And, oh, why didn't my route command work for you there, my friend? Let's see if it works for me. No, it's not going to work for me. So the route is VFR from Astoria to this first field is KCZK. Oh, Rob didn't hear his junior first officer welcome sound here either. Dadgummit. All right, let me see what's going on here, boys and girls. I don't know why that didn't work for you, but I'm going to just reset my my chat bot here. See if I can anyway. I have to get a new login and all that fun stuff. But right now is a good time to do it before I get too busy. And all right, probably ask for the two whatever identification verification thing. Alrighty.
Traffic, Charlie Uniform Bravo 7001. That's it, runway.
But we gotta have some junior first officer sounds, especially now that Downwind Sim's checked in. All right, so let's see here. There's the commands are active now. So all right, so give it a try. Let me just try something here real fast. Hey, thank you.
Hello, Sam.
There we go. Now we're back in business. Good to see you. Pentagon's here as well. Awesome. Yeah, Schmitty, the that Cascade Locks is going to be a challenge for us here. So, but anyway, welcome friend to all. Welcome Pentagon, and welcome Downwind Sim. Feels like real bush flying, yeah. Hey man, I'm all in. I haven't had a chance to fly in a Virtual USA Flying Club like right proper in a while. I've jumped in at the tail end of a couple, like Make Mike Sweat and stuff like that, but like this is the first time I've been able to get in here and get the briefing and all that good stuff. All right, now the junior first officer is awake and working. So Skoll, everybody. Great to see you, and a proper happy Sunday to you. We just departed Astoria, so that's Kilo Alpha Sierra Tango. And there are several airports along the way. We're opting to only stop at one in the kind of the middle of the flight, which is Cascade Locks, which is not actually even one of the featured airfields. Excuse me. Not one of the featured airfields in the event, but we have a scenery there and a little history, as you saw Downwind Sim alluding to, that we've done some good stuff. Hey, .34, thank you. That's I don't know why, but my verse of the day has really been spending a lot of time in Psalm 34. So I don't know what God's trying to tell me here or not, but it's been a little bit of a grind here, a little bit of a rough winter and fall in some ways, and so it's nice to see those verses come by and kind of remind you, keep you centered, keep your head up. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. All right. So we'll level out here, and I am going to lean out just a bit. There's 5,500. We'll see how close we can keep it here as we just hand fly everything and look out the window. And yeah, Downwind Sims, it is almost always about that, right? And we'll just get it trimmed out nice and neat. I can turn the boost pump off at this time. Here, let me make sure I get the right one. Boost pump off. And we'll go ahead and flip the fuel tank over. Usually what I do with that, as you guys know, is I wait until I'm horribly out of balance and I wonder why my plane is pulling to the left or to the right, and then I look and I see, oh yeah, flip the tanks over there. Well, so that is no longer functional. Apparently they used the same parts on this to fix the fuel switch. So I guess they only had so many Phillips head screws that they could use, though. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something about Carenado. I really feel like I've been one that sort of defended them, but after what they've done with this plane, there was a Carenado sale, and there was a couple of Carenado planes that I was considering picking up for Microsoft Flight Sim, and I'm like, I just don't think I'm going to give those guys another dime of my money after the way they left us hanging. So yep, and I have the Seneca and I have enjoyed it, and I guess luckily it's not had a problem, but good grief, if it has a problem, buckle up, because it's going to be a while. Yeah, Karen, if it works in yeah. Hey, Brett. I don't know if you answered my question, by the way, regarding the Just Flight Turbo Aero. First off, Skoll. My question to you and anybody that owns the Just Flight Turbo Aero: if at one point in time, Just Flight was offering a discount to people that already owned it in either X-Plane or P3D. They were offering a discount for Microsoft Flight Sim. Do you guys know if they have that discount, or if it was just kind of a thing that they had for a little while? You got a big discount on the turbo for buying the regular. Oh, so you didn't get one. You didn't have one before. You just bought the normally aspirated one and then picked up. Okay. Does anybody here have that? Like, here's the situation I'm in. I've got the Turbo Aero 3 and 4 in X-Plane that I bought from Just Flight, and I was hoping. I would be interested in picking those planes up for Microsoft Flight Sim as well. But I was, if they're still giving a discount, I wanted to know how to do that. Yeah, maybe I will, Rob. Because what I would like to do, if I'm being totally honest, is I'd like to just stop flying the Coronado stuff and just pick up the Just Flight stuff and fly it. Because if you have the Mooney, I mean, there's really no reason to get the turbo arrow or the normally aspirated arrow for that matter. But I'm just kind of disappointed in Coronado and kind of want to just move away from the product if I can. Well, maybe I'll reach out to them and see, and maybe I'll get something different. If I already have the arrow, maybe I'll get the Warrior or something different. Just
Washington traffic.
It's a cool little plane.
Short final, runway 30, touch and go.
All right, so we're coming up on one of the airfields here. We're hearing those guys talking. They're up here. They're doing their thing. We're going to stay up high. This is an overfly field. And we're going to just keep going down. If you pick up some cheap sales on the X-Plane side, I know a guy who fixes them. Yeah. Except for the Beech 1900. So Rob, what I would tell you is this, and I guess maybe I should quantify my statement here. I'm not going to do any business with Coronado on the Microsoft Flight Sim side. I probably won't do any more business with them on the X-Plane side, but that's just because I pretty much have every plane they've made that I want. So, and the Beech 1900 is one of them. Now, Downwind Sim, by the way, he just dropped a hint to you there. He's modded a couple of the older ones and got them up to speed. And so if you're interested in something like that, he's got a couple of mods for a couple of the planes. Like he's got the Bonanza that was, I think it was the one they have for sale is for X-Plane 10 actually. And he's modded that sucker, and it's pretty nice. He's the stagger wing, and then the that doggone push-pull plane. I don't remember which one that is. That little Cessna with the engine in the front and engine in the back. He's done a lot of those, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, can you come do a high-resolution mod for the Caravan? Good fixing is asking. HD series. Oh yeah, Skymaster. There you go. Downwind Sim. Thank you. All right, so I don't know if we'll see anything going on down here. Probably not. I do have my labels turned off, and we're just gonna kind of buzz. Like I said, I think we're gonna be fine here up at 5,500. And Cascade or not Cascade Locks, but Southwest Regional is that elevation is still very, very low. Yeah, it's like 20 feet or something crazy like that. So we're fine. We're above the traffic, and we'll just keep puttering through here. What I might try to do is, as soon as I get past this airport, I might try to go back to real weather and see if it clears up. Because once we get, according to the weather report, and again, I don't know how well the sim matches up with the current weather, but like if I look at windy.com and just double check it here. Once I get in just a little ways here, it ought to be pretty good. Let's just take a look. Let's do it live. Ooh, not quite yet. Almost though. Yeah, we'll come back to that and give us about 10 more miles here. We'll come back to that. Good luck, Downwind Sim says. Yeah, no doubt. All right. I think we're doing okay though. Here at 55, and really cooking. Doing close to 170, so that's good. 24 and 24, and EGTs are in the green, pressures are green, and everything else I think looks wonderbar. Maybe I will do this here. Maybe we will monitor center. No, we won't monitor center because he is offline. Never mind. That makes it even easier for us. All right, downwind sim's out of here. We'll see you in a while.
Kelso traffic.
.34 is busting out that Airfoil Lab Skyhawk tonight. Hey, man. Oh, that's what downwind sim was wishing you good luck on. I thought he was wishing me good luck on my weather. Iowa
I think
Scotsman.
the Seminole's bugged.
Skull to you, my
I lost
friend.
the power lever
Yeah,
on
hello, my lad.
NXI G1000 here in the Diamond 40.
Great to see you. Great to see you. All right.
Good evening, guys. I hope it's not too late to join in.
Not at all, sir. Join in.
Which airport should I load?
I left from Astoria, and that route that I left on the graphic and also in the briefing is the recommended, but you can start wherever you'd like to.
All right. Thank you.
Kelso traffic, Skyhawk 2 on Bravo on left downwind for 30, touch and go.
Well, hopefully that'll work for you there, .34. I did not test that out after we talked yesterday's stream. Actually, I was watching Sim Caesar fly, and somebody checked in, and they were in a Duchess, a Beechcraft Duchess, and I'm like, oh man, I've got a Duchess for X-Plane, and so I actually went and I hadn't installed it yet, so I went and reinstalled the Duchess and flew the Duchess around all night last night. I actually was able to get in there and bother Good Fixins a little bit at Indianapolis Tower, and anyway, so I did not test that sucker out. Hopefully it works for you.
I gotta switch planes. This Seminole's bugged.
Kelso traffic, Skyhawk 2 on Bravo, turning left base for 30.
All right, 5,500 again. We just are kind of getting maybe to a spot where the weather's getting nicer because I feel like the things have changed a little bit. Yeah, just not quite through the muckety muck. Oh boy, there's a huge, oh goodness gracious. Oh boy. That is, when I changed the weather, man, I just got myself in a huge updraft, and it shot me way up here. But I'll leave it as regular weather for now. Let's just see if we can kind of, maybe we can stay above it here for a little bit. It doesn't look like it clears up to the east like windy.com says it ought to, but we'll stick with it. We'll see what happens. That is a Just Flight product, and the reason I like it is because it also has a little bit of Thranduil in it. Thranduil teamed up with those guys and helped them out with it, so it's a really fun little plane, little twin engine, normally aspirated plane, and it's like super old and beat up. And
I'm just curious if you loaded real weather or if you're doing sim weather. I'm getting bounced around pretty good out of Astoria at 3,500.
In fact, if there was interest, I'd even, if we land at Cascade Locks, I could probably be convinced to switch over and fly the second half of this in that Duchess. You guys let me know in the chat if you want that, or if you want to just stay with this. This is certainly going to be
pretty nasty out here, guys.
entertaining.
I'm cheating right now.
Oh, okay. He's cheating.
Yeah, I have zero.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing then.
Switching over.
Yeah, why not? We'll do high-level clouds. What are we thinking here? Broken.
If you force VFR to put it in the remarks.
Which we have, so few clouds. I think I'll go high-level clouds. We'll just roll with it. Because that's what I do have in my remarks is a forced VFR. We're coming up I tell you what, we're getting close to Portland, so I got to get myself back up to 5,500. All right, Rob Valkyrie is voting for the Duchess. Okay, we might do that, sir. I'd forgotten how fun that plane is. So I've got no problem. We can switch over into the other sim. Maybe the X-plane weather model will be a little bit better. We can fly with the real conditions. So far the votes are 1-0. Favor of the Duchess. The other bonus about switching over to X-plane is that we have a downwind sim version of Cascade Lock State. So that would be kind of fun. And I don't have a version of Pangborn in either sim right now. So it doesn't really matter if we're in one or the other. So it's default either way here. So all right. Unless I have objections, I think that's going to be the plan. It may take a minute to switch over, but it'll be worth it.
Portland traffic goes 4235 is lining up 10 left. Portland traffic.
Yeah, I think we're getting close here. Don't see it rendered in just yet. I feel like my distance rendering is not super great right now. I wonder if I somehow got some setting changed. Basically, when the Columbia starts to make its turn back to the west, that's where Portland International is. And so it should be just kind of right in this little corner here somewhere. Might be down a little bit further to the east, but right in this area. Really tremendous views as always, guys. I mean, you can't beat the views up here in
Portland traffic goes 4235 taking off 10 left.
Bussy Pants, but all right, we'll get a quick snip of that. Uh-oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I want a window snip of that, please. Oh, goodness sakes. New snip. I want a window snip of that window. There we go. There we go. That'll make for a nice thumbnail, I think.
Portland traffic, moving 124 Charlie crossing runway 3.
Are we using Unicom or is there any ATC?
Story is uncontrolled. Right now there's no ATC, so it's all Unicom.
Thank you.
Yep, there's Portland International.
West, but thought they were going to at least have that.
I took a look at 20 VFR flight followings, and oh boy, I got a thing. Look at the time.
You know best on that.
Now maybe they're gearing up for their event that they have a little bit later on. What do we have going on here? We've got Jet Pilot Cinnamon coming in with the 21-month ascription. Mike, Skull, and thank you so very much. I don't know where I'd be in the flight sim world today if I had not made friends with you apparently about 21 months ago. Thanks for everything, buddy. I'm glad you're able to make it home and be a part of the event. Sorry that your Senecas, or your, not the Seneca, the other one that you have, the Seminole, is being buggy on you.
They're very open. You can land it wherever you like. Just follow the route.
Okay, thanks.
All right, around the corner we go. There's kind of this, like starting to. There's the rocks of Portland, the famous rocks of Portland, cliffs of Portland. Yeah, everything's loading in kind of weird here. Like it's like a setting has been redone or something. I don't know. But
where the bumps some of you guys were talking about coming out of this
There's Portland. We'll be up and over the top of it here. And 5,500 keeps us clear of everything. JPC switched over to the Mooney. Yep. Rob was too tired to fly today. Had a hard day of work, and oh man, I can only imagine, because a hard day for you is really truly a hard day.
I might switch over to sim weather here in a minute.
Well, glad you were able to tune in anyway, and I'll try my best to keep you entertained.
To the east, Portland traffic, following the river.
Okay, well, I'll wait for that then.
Now, I don't know, you guys in the chat window here, should I be making a contact, a position report for the Portland traffic, even though I'm clear of the Charlie airspace? Should I be letting them know that I'm transitioning the airspace to the south? I'm sorry, should be to the east at 5,500. Feels like that's the right thing to do. But I don't know if I have to make that call. JPC, if you're listening, do I need to make that call? Rob's thinking I should get light shot. He sent me a link there. I'll check that out. I'll see if that maybe that would be a little quicker way to do some of these here. For the Charlie, yeah, 0.34. That's what I'm wondering about. So I'm just about to transition it. Do I need to let them know I'm flying past 5,500, or am I good since I'm above the airspace? It's a no vote. You're above. JPC says okay. I just didn't know if it was a courtesy thing or okay. All right, we will not clutter up the comms.
Class C down there.
Sure, why not?
All right, let's take one more look at real weather here. Yeah, it's just not jiving with what I'm seeing here. So now I got something beeping at me. Is that me? Am I beeping now? Probably just broke something. All right, the beeping has stopped. Whatever it is, it fixed itself, I guess. Once we get past this, we'll go down to 3,500, and we'll stay along the river. The Cascade Locks is not too much farther away, only about 30 miles. I'll go ahead and set my timer.
Clear the area, following the river to the east, last call, Portland traffic.
All right, so we do have somebody below us that just departed. That's our friend JPC in his Mooney, so we'll keep an eye out for him. He departed runway 10, so he's headed eastbound, so he may be behind us. I think once we get kind of around this little island here, we will be able to descend and be okay. We probably could start right now, honestly, but here we're coming up on one of our all-time favorite small airports. That's still Portland, but we've got Troutdale coming up here just off our 12 o'clock. One of the little hidden gems of the Pacific Northwest. We love Troutdale. Cascade Locks is home to the Stern-Wheeler Columbia Gorge, which hosts daily and nightly cruises. Very cool. And Rob showed another little things to do link here. Cascade Locks. Snow kiting the Columbia River Gorge. That's cool. Yeah, check that out, you guys. Nice share, Rob. Rob Valkyrie is the official tour guide of the Melvin Leroy channel. Couldn't bring you all the behind the scenes milkshakes. Yum yum. Catch all the action from Thunder Island. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start to descend. I'm gonna pull the power back just a little bit, and we'll get in just a gentle descent here down to I think we'll go all the way down to 1,500. this leg should take me approximately 12.6 minutes, according to SkyVector. I've got the timer going. We're 2 minutes in. So just a gentle descent, and yeah, we'll see what happens. The one thing I hope in stopping at Cascade Locks is that we won't cause a traffic jam. There's one thing about these events sometimes, if you get 15, 20 pilots flying in a small area like we're flying, is that you can sometimes get a little bit of a log jam in some of these smaller airports. So Cascade Locks, again, is not one that's on the actual event. So I think we'll be one of the few that land there. And it'll keep the traffic flowing a little bit better. I don't have any kind of nav aid, by the way, for this, so we're just going to keep going. All I'm looking for is basically there's a little bit of there's a tiny bend in the river where for just a moment the river kind of turns to the north. If I understand correctly, there is a lock system. I mean, that's kind of the part of the deal here is there's a little lock that we'll see, and then the airfield is going to be on this right-hand side, this southern side of the lake, not the lake, sorry, the river. It is looks like a left-hand pattern to runway 6 or a right-hand pattern to runway 24. So basically, you have to just stay out over the river and off the terrain there. And the nearest weather station is showing calm winds. Calm winds on both sides. So we may, if we can find it, we may try to shoot a straight-in approach on runway 6. If we can't locate it right away, then we'll jump in a right-hand pattern. We'll come back and land on 24. Looking for the dam, we're looking for the lock, and then we'll look for the field. My security system, my four-legged security system has been triggered. And is that Mount Hood? Yep, I think that's Mount Hood out there. Never been here in real life. I'd love to come visit at some point. Whoops, pulled my RPMs back a little too much there. Down we go about another 1,000 feet and we'll level off. Cascade State Park, elevation is 151 feet. So if we have to, fly over altitude would be about 1,600. And then we'll make the swap over to X-plane. And yeah, we'll pull a continuum. We'll fly 2 different planes in 2 different sims. Pentagon went to Portland 2 years ago. Gorgeous place. Also lived up by Whidbey Island. Oh, very nice. Okay, still looking for the locks, looking for the dams. I think we might be getting close here. It it narrows up in here, and I think this is where one of the locks is, and then Cascade Locks will be just right off of that little hillside. I'm pretty sure. We're getting bumpity bumped a little bit here as well. Nothing but water in the ale horn tonight, you guys. It's another hydration day for me. I hope you are enjoying a refreshing beverage of choice wherever you are. All right. We're about 7 minutes, and again got about 5 more to go, and I think, like I said,
Looks
I think
like
we're straight
Seattle's
up here.
stamping up now.
Yeah, I think they're getting ready for that event.
So we will have a little bit of ATC apparently, but it won't affect us too much. Cascade Lock State Park is uncontrolled, so we will not need anything other than Unicom while we're in there. Tour guide Marcinik has shared a, Kamano Island advertisement there, link. He's given us all kinds of good ideas for vacations to take. Oh boy, I'm getting bumped around now that I'm down below. I've heard a lot of real life pilots talk about how they take this gorge to kind of beat the weather that can form in here, and a lot of times where it's IFR conditions up at 5,000 feet or higher, they can get down here at 1,500 in the gorge and fly VFR safely. And there's a lot of pilots that say that they've used that route, this little route that we're in right now, as a way to get out to the East Coast when otherwise they wouldn't be able to fly. So it's kind of interesting. All right, well, I think we're getting close, and that little flat area, I think, is where we should be seeing our airfield here. It's not rendering in quite yet, but somewhere in this area I think is where we will be, because I think the lock is, there's a little bit of a lock kind of right in here. You can kind of see it trying to do its best to sort of render it there, but we'll hold it here at 1,500. I gotta say, we're probably within about 5 miles of the field. Cascade Locks traffic, November 11816, blue and white Mooney, about 5 to the west inbound. We're going to jump in the right-hand pattern, runway 24, Cascade Locks. Yeah, I want to get a visual. I want to see it first, and then we'll just come back and land, and then we can depart back out to the east since it's calm winds. But I don't feel real comfortable, since it is a pretty tight and short strip. I don't feel real comfortable just coming straight in here unless I have a real good visual on it from a long way out. Maybe it's not on this little spot, but I could have swore it was. Maybe it's around the corner. I don't think so. Flying right by it here, am I? I don't know. I don't know. Is that it right there? Yes, it is. All right, there we go. All right. Cascade Locks traffic, Mooney 816 is on the right hand, downwind, runway 24, Cascade Lock State. All right, so let's do this.
Traffic, Mooney 62, Golf Hotel, 3 miles west of the field, turning left downwind, runway 31, full stop, Dallas.
Goodness, this is slow. Holy
Just so you guys know, everything's fully staffed now in Seattle. Portland's fully staffed, so. And 2 centers as well.
They definitely planned for us. I know it.
All right, where are you? There you are, little guy. Let's keep it level here. Let's bleed some speed. Holy cow! Boy, oh boy, that little trim bug that is really super sensitive. Okay, notch of flaps coming in. Cascade Lock State, Mooney 816, right base, runway 24, Cascade Locks. Let's bring it around town.
Dallas traffic, Mooney 62, Golf Hotel, left midfield, downwind, runway
Prop and mixture full forward. Boost pump is coming on. Lights are staying on. Might just have to keep the turn coming here. There's the field. Just lose track. There's the field. Cascade locks traffic. Mooney 816 on the final runway 24. Cascade lock state. And there we go. Not a horrible round out. Maybe a little past. But altitude's pretty good. Speed's not looking half bad.
Dallas traffic, Mooney
Okay.
62 off hotel.
Final notch of flaps coming in. I'm sorry, second notch of flaps coming in. And gear down. Pull the speed off a little bit. The trees here are a bit of an issue. Don't think that they're probably quite that tall, quite that close to the runway, but
Dallas traffic, Mooney 62 off hotel, turning final runway.
we'll make it happen here. Full flaps. We're configured for landing. On the full tank, gear down.
How many of you guys will recommend MSFS
Sure.
2020 at the moment?
I'm doing it.
And down we go. Let's see how
I think
far
a good
we.
handful of us are using Microsoft Flight Sim tonight.
Ooh, a pretty firm landing, but
Is it
kind of wanting to get it stopped if I can. Yeah, we were a little firm on that one, boys and girls, but
Is Microsoft Flight Sim going to go on sale? I have no idea.
we're just going to come down here and
that's what I was thinking.
pull
Maybe,
off.
This holiday season.
You have no idea.
We'll see if there's any
what about that
bold
update
predictors
that,
here.
Messed up everything.
Seems like they got most of that worked out just in time for the next system update, which is supposed to come out Tuesday, right? All right.
Yay, break everything again.
We're down.
What Seattle Center should I get?
Let's see here. Let's see.
That's a solid question.
Pentagon's taking out a
Try
New
one
Orleans
and
now.
you
Rob gave me a
can't see
flawless.
right.
I don't know about that. Let's see what Mr. Vellante had to say. I think that was pretty firm, to be honest, and I purposely set her down firm just because I wanted to get my butt on the ground. Let's end this flight. Let's review that flight. And let's take a look at the statistic. Yeah, see, 374, although only a 1.1 G. Landing speed almost nailed it perfectly, but I put it down pretty darn firm. But yeah, that wasn't too bad, and sure enough, we were going the wrong way early. We were following a little tributary here that wasn't the right one. You just don't realize how big the Columbia River is when it gets to the ocean. But then we got in there and did all right, and had some fun all the way in there. All right, well, let's do this. Let's jump out of here. It's going to take a minute, so if you need to go refill your beverage or do something else, go ahead and do that. I'm going to probably do the same thing, honestly. And we'll get my X-Plane loaded up, and we'll fly the second half in the Duchess for X-Plane. So let me close that. Let's get X-Plane going. And yeah, I'll be back here, and we'll get it all loaded up. See you in a bit.
This guy's not used to VFR traffic.
Well, crud, I ran out of battery. I had my generator on, why didn't it?
And apologies here for the slow load. It's been kind of a weird night for my computer. We had a little crash to desktop when I was loading up in Microsoft Flight Sim. So that was interesting. Here's that. Oh, this is that Cascade Locks thing. All right, let's see what else. What else has Mr. Valkyrie found for us here? Whidbey Island. Discover your islands. Things to do. Ooh, look at that bridge. Wow. Deception Pass. I am getting kind of hungry, although I don't know if I'd be. I mean, what is that? Are those mussels or something? It's only so much seafood that I can eat here. That's beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Enter to win. Enter to
What are the
win.
trees like in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Are they like 2D or are they like photo imagery or are they three-dimensional?
Columbia Gorge
They
River
look more
flying.
3D than an X-plane. They're definitely a lot better than X-plane.
Yeah, that kind of looks like our weather when we took off.
All right, thank you.
Let's check and see how we're doing. Oh, we're making some progress here, guys.
Everything about the scenery is better in Microsoft Flight Sim, pretty much, than X-plane.
All right, we're in business.
It's all the other stuff that's suspect.
Let's do this. So we
If I run
are.
it at 1080p, will I be able to run it on a GTX 1060 6 GB?
Well, this guy's got some specific questions.
6 gigabyte? Did you say? If that's what you said, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm at a 16.
6 GB.
Tie downs
No,
there.
6 GB.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm on a 1650 right now,
let's see.
It's running perfectly 1080p. I have it on
There's
like
my
medium
Duchess.
settings, and I'm getting like 50 FPS.
Okay, real world time, real world weather.
What's the processor?
And we will load up
I've got
the
a i5 10200.
Active
Okay,
Sky.
I have a 7700K.
Sounds like he's in good shape.
Face.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
They gave me climb maintain 10,000.
The salmon in Whidbey Island. Oh, I can only imagine. Like you probably can like walk from one side of the river to the other on the back of the salmon, right? I mean, they're just.
I think it was habit.
It's just nothing but red and pink, and that's really cool. All right, well, we're going to get loaded up here. I promise. There we go. We're starting. And again, don't click on anything in the X-Plane window or you'll kind of freeze it up. Although what I've found is if you just leave it alone, it eventually does what it needs to do. I have put so many plugins and add-ons and scenery and ortho back in that it just takes me a long time to load up. There's no way around that. You crave that salmon these days, and now you live in Florida. Well, shoot. So you're just gonna have to suffer on like tuna, fresh tuna, and crab, and right. They should have some really good seafood in Florida, I think. All right, let's take a peek here at while this is loading up, let's take a look at the information on windy.com. Let's see how she's looking here. So we flew.
I'm going
We're
to land
about
at
right.
Kilo Lima Sierra because I have to go for
about right here, I think.
It's around 420
And
a.m. over here in my area. So I'm just going to land at this airport.
let's just take a look.
Sounds good.
A little overcast, but
bright
maybe
and
we
early
can
over
keep it down below
Yeah,
1500.
thanks for flying with us.
And be
Yes,
all
it
right.
is quite early. That's why I've been missing all these events because the timing doesn't suit me.
Well, thanks for coming out. Have a good rest of your
We're
day.
just going to kind of come around here, and we're going to end
Thank you.
up
Thank you, everyone.
up this river a little bit. I'm not 100% sure where, but everything appears to be maybe not bright and sunny, but at least not raining. So that'll be all right. Let's take a look at the rain accumulation right now. Yeah, everything kind of west of Portland. This is a little bit of a concern, but currently it's I think staying south of the river, so we should be okay. I hope. I hope. Blue crab and grouper is what Pentagon is saying. Yeah, man. That sounds delightful. Delightful. All right. Quick announcement while we're waiting. We do have another flight coming up next weekend. Again, I'll be out of here on Saturday. I actually get to go down and watch the University of Wyoming Cowboys football team play and hang out with family down there and have some fun. Probably be back in time to do some stuff on Sunday. So I do have something scheduled. There's an event called the Showcase Sunday, and it's a little earlier than normal. It's 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So just make a note of that different time, and would love to join you there. All right, here we go. So here is the Duchess. It's a sweet little high T-tail twin engine, normally aspirated, just a thing of beauty. And it is it's a combination of Just Flight and Thuranda, and so it really is super well done. Let's go ahead and see. Don't think you've seen me fly this one before, Pentagon. Well,
Well, I got a flight
let's
request
do it here. This is the Beach. It's a
no
70.
So
I think it's a
I wasn't
Beach
handed off the
76 or
paperwork, right?
Beach 78. Let me see here. Let me get my checklist out.
Do you know where the top of the clouds is at Astoria?
They were like 2,500.
Yeah, Beach 76 is what it
Okay,
is. So
thank
I
you.
got to get this set, and
Now,
we're going to go with
Sky
real.
Vector is saying overcast at 5,000, broken at
We're
4,100.
going to go with real weather here in real time. So, yep, the Beach 76 Duchess. We get logged in, and I've got my
Yeah, I'm at 7,200
checklist
feet
pulled
right
up.
now, and I have no visibility
Let's
whatsoever.
take a look at. Let's get
Sounds
rid
like
of
my
all
flight.
the chocks and everything. Fuel, the total fuel, 150 on each side. That should be plenty. It does have the ability, if you want to, gnarl it up a little bit, you can get dirty glass, you can get panel reflections. I take that off just because I think it actually helps the frame rate a little bit. And then we got the sound. We'll give you a little sound here. It's a wonderful sounding plane. All right, so that's all set. We've got, let's just make sure everything is working here. There's the throttle, the propeller, and the mixture. All looks good.
I like Kenny Monster.
Kenny Monster is checking back in here. Hello, Ken. Good to see you, man. We switched over to X-Plane. We're going to switch planes here, and we're going to pull a continuum. We're going to try to fly more than one plane and more than one sim for the second half. All right, I better get this. I need to get this set though first. Before we do anything else. We are currently on the ground at Cascade Locks State, which is Charlie Zulu Kilo. We're going up to Pangborn, which is Kilo Echo Alpha Tango. I don't have an alternate. It's Pangborn or bust for us today. It's 2320. We'll be on the air here in the next 15 minutes. So 2335, we'll say it's probably going to be about an hour-ish. This plane's not quite as fast as the Mooney, so we'll give it a full hour. And we will try, I think I'm going to shoot for 3,500. We'll see if we can get that eastbound. We're VFR. We're not heavy. We are slant Gulf. And okay, that looks good. Okay, that's filed since we do have a bunch of ATC. And all right, so let's see. Let's get the battery master on. We're just going to check everything here. We've got showing there. Check our flap operation here. This is one of those where you hold the flap lever and it goes down a little ways. And then you hold it and it retracts. It's pretty cool. I love these. They're cool. And that's working properly. Trims are neutral. Let's just make sure everything is, yep, and trim is pretty good. Take off right there. Fuel pumps are on. Cowl flaps are open. Everything else is off at this point in time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Brakes are, parking brake is set. That's over here. That's good. Landing gear is down and confirmed down. 3 greens. No lights or anything. And battery, I'll put the alternators on as well. And we can get this thing started here. Mixture is going to come to full rich. Propeller to high RPM, and then we'll crack the throttles. We're going to open up the mags to both. We're going to give this a little prime. Just a 1-2 little prime, and then we're going to go ahead and crank it up. She starts nice and easy. Got good manifold pressure. On the right-hand side, RPM's coming up. Al South MIA is here. Oil pressure, fuel pressure, all coming up. This will slowly rise as we let the engine warm up, get the GTN 750 going. That's the other thing I like about this plane, even though it's all busted up and old. And I put a sweet, I splurged for the GTN 750. I didn't declare the prop area clear on that last one, you guys. All right. Okay. Little squirt of primer. And she fires right up. Manifold pressure will drop down here. RPM's coming up. Again, oil pressure, fuel pressure, all that stuff. You can see the oil temperatures rising there, and that'll give us a chance to kind of get everything set up and get warmed up here. So there's a good start. We've got alternators on. Electric trim will come on. We'll turn the heater on. It's a little chilly out. Nav can come on just so people know we're in here messing around. And let's see. All right. Got the flight plan filed. We will turn our lights on here. Again, it's just a little tiny bit dark. So we'll just put some backlighting and some overhead lighting on just so we can see things. 2280 is what we will be on right now, and we probably, I don't know which Seattle Center we're going to talk to, so we'll have to kind of figure that out as we go. I'm going to say 12075. That'll be the one we start with. And we're squawking still VFR. We'll go ahead and turn this on. And that'll be good. And how about, again, look at the scenery here from our friend Downwind Sim. I mean, it looks pretty doggone good, I think. This is, I think, a little bit more realistic. Like, they would have things trimmed back. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to look... for some reason, I can't spin around. Why? I don't know if it's supposed to look like that on this end. But I tell you what, if there's high trees here, I'm going to take off on 2-4. I'm not going to try to beat that. Maybe it's a one-way in, one-way out situation. I don't know. Looks like the wind is kind of a crosswind regardless. So, all right, that looks pretty good. Let's see. Let me check in with the chat, see if I've missed anything. We are flying up the Columbia River out south. So we're actually flying the opposite direction of what we normally do. So look at Volanta. I'm really leading the way, clearing the MiG alley. Okay, let's take a look at this. I may not have a lot of guys on here. There's a few guys. And there's a Piper. There's a Diamond DA-40. There's a couple other dudes that are heading up the river here, and that's probably Kenny right there. No, that's a Piper. Yep, Kenny is, maybe he's up here. Yep, there he is. Oh, that's awesome. He's in that Corsair, man. Nobody's going to mess with his GA buddies. Appreciate that, Kenny. All right, so yeah, 0.34. This is a super, like, I don't know. It's like a hidden gem. It's like that Cessna 310L. Like nobody knows about it, and I don't know why. Avionics are on. Lights are as required. Warning lights, we don't have any. And fuel pressures and temperatures are all getting where they need to be here. Yeah, those oil temps are doing. Cylinder head temps are a little cool, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to close these just a little bit here, maybe go about half. Try to warm that up. I don't want any icing, so we'll see how that goes. And I think it's time to go flying. Let's come straight out here. Might take us a little while to get going on this mushy ground. We'll have to back taxi because there is no taxiway here. Cascade locks traffic. Duchess 11816 is back taxiing runway 24. Cascade locks. So anyway, we're heading up to Pangorn, which is just a little bit north of the Tri-Cities. Okay, nobody there. Nobody there. Finals are clear. Most of the crew headed out of Astoria, Al South, and I made it up this far, and it was an overwhelming vote of 1-0 to switch into the Beechcraft Duchess, and I could see why. It's just a fun little plane. Oh, we're just about there. Didn't quite get it pointed all the way around, but since winds are calm, we really can't point it into the wind. So we're going to just put it there. Set the parking brake. Let's run it up to 2,000. Okay. Exercise the propeller levers. Manifold pressure increase, RPM decrease. Looks good. Mag check on the number 2. Left. Right. Whoops, off. That's accidental. And about 19. Okay, those are the same. I just went too far. On number 1, there's the left. Not much of a drop. There's the right. About the same. That looks good. Check everything here. Everything is looking like it should. Oil temps kind of hard to see with the dome light on here. I guess those are the instrument lights. But those are up where they need to be. The cylinder heads are still a little bit cool. We'll see what happens once we get flying here. If we have to close it all the way, we will. All right. Cascade locks traffic. Duchess 816 departing runway 24. We'll be making a right-hand turn out and VFR up the river eastbound Cascade Lakes. Cascade locks. Doors and windows are closed. And I think I'm ready here. We're looking for 2,700 on the RPMs, which is pretty much full go. And we will do a short field takeoff here because this is not a long runway. All right, we lined up. more or less. Let's go flaps 15. There we go. And let's get some lights on here. Landing lights, taxis, the strobes, pitot heat can come on. Autopilot, we won't need it. I'll turn it on.
Yeah,
I'll show you how that
8500
works.
I was right in the soup. So I was
Electric
trying to
trim is
climb
on as
up,
well.
I'm trying to get to 7500.
Let's just make sure it's all working
I'm
correctly.
like at the Dallas right now, so it cleared out a little bit. I mean, there's
That's
a couple
looking
of
good.
superficial
All right, here we
clouds,
go.
but I've already cheated so much tonight. I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay, sounds good.
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Release.
Beautiful views of Mount Hood, though.
27. Oh boy, I'm dancing around a little bit here.
Indeed,
Whoa,
man.
whoa,
That is
whoa.
awesome.
Easy, easy,
And
easy.
Mount Adams.
Holy
Yeah,
moly, what's going on? Holy cow, I'm all over the
I
place.
all the scenery prior, so it looks nice.
Wow, that was sketchy, boys and girls.
Yeah, man,
Come
if
on,
you ain't
girl.
having sex, it looks good.
Well, I must not have been as lined up as I thought I was. All right, gear up. That was a fiasco. Anybody to our right? I don't think so. Let's make a turn. Let's get the heck out of here before anybody reports that takeoff. Holy cow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Train going there. And you'll notice a slight difference in the scenery here, although I do think X-Plane does a pretty nice job with this part of the world. All right, let's pull back the RPMs. Let's go 2400. Bring the flaps up. Cruise climb actually is 26, they say, so we'll go ahead and leave it up at 26. And manifold pressure is 24. That's good. Okay, we're out of here. Wow. Hopefully you guys were all out at the fridge getting a Diet Dr. Pepper on that takeoff roll. If we can get to 3,500, we will. If we can't, we'll come back down to 1,500 and we'll call it good. Got to turn that to, oh, it came to ALT, that's right. Automatically. Alrighty. I think we're doing pretty good. Like we'd be a little higher sitting in this baby. There we go. So it's got a really cool kind of old school autopilot, which I'll show you guys here when we get a little further up. It can pretty much do everything you want. It can shoot an ILS approach and hold your heading and altitude. It can track a VOR. So I mean it does what you want. It does what you need. But it's over here. It's a little bit strange. I kind of like it. But this plane, like same as the Mooney, it's just so much fun to hand fly. So you don't use the autopilot a whole heck of a lot. It has no anti-icing, so we can't get ourselves in a spot where we have any kind of a risk of icing. And it also is not pressurized, so you're limited in how high you can go. Alright, how's our cylinder head temps? Oh, they're starting to come up a little bit. That looks pretty good. And we're 3,700. Let's try not to go past that if we could. But yeah, there she is, guys. Meow. It's a beaut. It is a beaut. And it's a just flight, right? So they're going to charge $10 more than they probably should for it. So you just wait for a sale. I think I picked it up. It was on sale for $30. I think it's normally $40. or something like that. And yeah. Uh-oh, Airfoil Labs Skyhawk report. Just hopped over to the first airport, and it was nearly uncontrollable with live weather on. Once he went to the cheater weather, did pretty well. And he was in experimental flight model turned off. Oh, okay. So maybe that was the problem. The phantom turbulence, because you had that turned on before. Let me ask you this, 0.34. Are you using Active Sky? So, something you might consider, because I had that same problem in Active Sky, as is options. Turbulence. Let me see here. Where is the I had to go into Active Sky and turn my turbulence way down because it was much too dramatic. So let's see, turbulence effect scale. This is max wind This is what I have my max wind turbulence set to 20. Turbulence effect scale, I have it set to 20. So it comes in at 70. And max wind turbulence. So anyway, wake turb strength. I turned everything down basically to 20. I didn't mess with the updraft stuff, but you might try that 0.34 because I think Downwind Sim and I we kind of concurred on that sort of independently that the turbulence effects were way over the top. So I've got mine on about 20, and I feel like that.
Chris, where are you at now?
Well, what that did for me at the time is it matched up what I was used to in P3D, which is all I know. So I don't know if that's realistic or not, but it definitely, you're not in where you'd like you're saying, it's uncontrollable. And I mean, sometimes, right, if you're in a thunderstorm, I get that. It'll flip you over, you're going to crash. But if you're just flying over the mountains or something, it shouldn't be that bad.
I'm looking for you, but I can't see you.
Yeah.
So try that and see if that works.
Microsoft, yeah.
I see your ID tag, but I'm in VR, so I can't see you outside of your.
So we're coming around here. This is we've got the Dales coming up. This might be Hood River that we're coming across right now. The Dales is a pretty big little spot here, and the airfield is on the other side, the left-hand side. It's a fun one, and we've stopped there before. Columbia Gorge Regional. But as you can see, this plane's not going to be doing as much as our Mooney. You know, we're doing about 145, and that's about the top. And that's kind of where we're going to leave it. Let's see, cruise power 24 on the manifold, and
up on the bend of the river right
I'm
now.
sorry, 24 on the RPMs and 25 on the manifold
Same
is
here, I'm like right over the river. And I'm
what
right
they
there.
recommend. So we'll add a little manifold pressure, and that'll be pretty good. We're really not going to lean out because I don't think we're really getting a whole heck of a lot of benefit of that at only 3,500. So we'll keep it as is, and we'll just enjoy the rest of the flight here. Maybe I'm sitting up a little too high. And might be just a little too high now. Let's see. Something more like that. Hard to tell. This is a really high dash. It's just got, you can see the dash sits up a long way. His eye level though is...
I found you.
His eye level is almost just
really?
below the window. So I feel like we could probably, maybe we were okay where we were. About right there.
Give me your position.
Okay.
Relative to me.
I'm at your 5 o'clock, and we're about 2,000 feet below you. Right over the river.
I got you.
This thing just trims out incredibly well. Flies super stable.
All right, guys, I'm off. Thank you for the nice evening.
Have an awesome night.
Get some sleep, man.
Take care.
Bye. Actually, it's early morning, so I'll be getting ready now.
All right, very good. So around the corner here, and I'm trying to get a sense of where we're at. We do need to stay on the river because there is a restricted airspace that's on this southern side, so we got to be careful about that. I think the Dales, though, is coming up here. I think we got this little, there's a little bend to the south, and then it comes back up, and that's kind of where
Just took a photo.
we're heading.
Oh, nice.
.34 said that's worth a shot, and I think that's how I figured out something was wrong originally. You went and set it all to 0, and it was still doing. Oh, well, that is strange. That's very strange. Outside air temp right now, a pleasant, almost 50 degrees for middle to endish of October in the Pacific Northwest. That's pretty awesome.
My plane, while originally red, is now white.
He's flown it so fast he peeled the paint right off.
Problems with the paint job?
Well, I'm currently more of an ice cube than a
Oh.
Oh boy.
I have all my anti-ice stuff on, but I don't think it can keep up.
So we may have to cut this flight a little short. We might go to let's go to Tri-Cities here and see. It's another 81 miles up to Pangborn. So here comes the Dales. Tri-Cities is right around the corner. About 100 more miles. Yeah, we'll see how we're doing. I just got a word from the chief financial officer that I'm in charge of dinner tonight, so I got to make sure I'm not doing too much here. Backed. Oh man, I might have to consider maybe a landing here. Oh boy, it's a 5:45 my time. Ooh boy. All right, so yep, I think actually I'm going to do that. I hate to cut it short, guys, but I also hate to get completely cut off from flight simulation because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I might have to call a bit of an audible here and set it down here at the Dales. The Dales traffic, Duchess 11816 is 2 miles to the east at 3,500. We're going to be in a left-hand pattern landing runway. What would that runway be? Runway 25. Dales traffic, Duchess 816, left-hand downwind runway 25. All right, yep, we're gonna have to do this, guys. I apologize in advance, but like I say, this is a bonus stream after all, and sometimes duty calls, right? So let's get down to flap speed. You watched a horrible takeoff. Hopefully, you'll see a little bit better landing. First notch of flaps are coming in, and we are looking for about 87 on the approach. Gonna write that blue line if we could, and then about 76 or so over the numbers would be good. And I think if we can swing it, we'll just come back around to 24. 25, 24. Which one is it? 25. Second notch of flaps coming in. I've got a sneeze coming. Ooh, hope I got that muted in time. All right, there's the field. We're doing okay. Oh, don't need to nose down that far. Kind of have to peek over your engine a little bit to see this. What is our elevation here? What is it? It is 247, so we'll say about 250. So yeah, we got a ways to go yet, don't we? But we got some room. We're not even yet quite midfield. We should be down a lot lower than we currently are, but we're doing okay. A little slow. I'd like to get it back closer to 80 if I could. Got quite a bit of drag out though at this point in time. Go. Not too far away. Probably should be in a right-hand pattern because we're over the city right now, so I bet I messed that up. But yeah, go ahead, put your landing rate guesses in if you want. You saw the departure, so you can probably guess it's going to be a little bit of a rough one here, but we'll do the best we can. Can't go too much lower because of the terrain here, can I? I think we'll take it out right over the tracks here. -3. Your dreams, Robert. 2 parts H, 1 part O. The Dales traffic, Duchess 816 left base, runway 25, the Dales. Got the driest throat lately. Alright, bring it around town, runway 25. I think I might have to go a little farther. Or do I? Yeah, I'm going to be cutting it pretty close. About, yeah, we're 3 notches of flaps in. I don't think I'll go any more. I'm getting a little slow here. I got to pick up some airspeed. I'm almost at my VREF speed right there. I got to get a little bit more speed going. The Dales traffic, Duchess 816 on the final, runway 25, the Dales. Oh, it's a little too far. And we're high. What the heck. Here coming down. Got some power. Gonna be a Bush style landing. But it'll get me home in time for dinner, which is what's critical right now. Nice long runway. We'll just use it all. All the parking is down on the other end anyway, right guys? Back me up on this one. And a little hill to Matt to meet me. Air it out. Ooh, that was semi-buttery there. Wasn't actually halfway bad. We'll just roll it on down. Roll it on down. Could have probably took that one. We'll go through the crossing runway here. 3,000 for Rob is what he meant. You know what? Might have been closer with your first one, buddy. Yeah. I'm thinking that's going to be about a 125 to 150-ish landing. God, I hope there's a turnout. There we go. JPC had a 112. We'll see. We'll see. Pro pilot Rob, yeah, whatever. Buttery. It wasn't half bad. It was a classic example of flying an absolutely horrible pattern and ending up with a pretty good landing. So in other words, it's just a typical approach in landing by me. Titanium Druid is here. TD, I hope that the chat stuff works a little bit better for you today. We had some issues with my chatbot connecting to my stream earlier on, so hopefully that thing is going better for you today. But a skull and happy Sunday to you. Just about out of ale. So it's probably a good thing I'm cutting I'm cutting things a little short here, and again, I apologize. We had every intention of making it all the way up to Pangorn, but as you may have heard, I was suddenly promoted to head chef, and I got to go get dinner ready here. So we're going to call it good here. It's been a lot of fun, almost 2 hours of bonus streaming. So hey, I'll take that. That's pretty cool. And I gave you a shot to look at the Just Flight / Thranduil Beach 76 Duchess. If I'd have stayed in the Mooney, we might have had half a shot at making it all the way, but that's okay. Bon apple tea. I don't speak French there, Brett. Come on. Take it easy on me, man. I'm American. I don't speak French. Parking brake is set. And I don't think I can turn the avionics off on this first, so we'll go ahead and just pull back to idle cutoff. All of this stuff can get turned off. Alternators off, mags off, and battery off. I didn't get a chance to show you the autopilot. Next time, I'll plan a flight in this baby later on. Now that I know you guys are kind of interested in it, it does some pretty cool things for like what feels like a very older model aircraft. It does some really good things. But all right, you guys, let's see here. Cue that outro music and let's give some thank yous for, again, just a bonus stream, man. It ended up being a really, really fun night. We had a couple of new follows, and I would like to say welcome again to Blue Nose NL. I think I might have missed you, Blue Nose, when you came in with the original follow, but I appreciate you stopping by. We normally go Tuesdays and Saturdays, and that schedule is almost ready to begin again. I have one more week of working 2 jobs, and so I'll be back on next Sunday. Nothing on Tuesday, nothing on Saturday this coming week, but we will be back on Sunday for a flight at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, so 3 Eastern, whatever that equates to in Zulu time. Yes, Brett, this is what I flew last night out of Indy, was this bad boy. So let's see. The other thank you I have to send out is for Jet Pilot Cinnamon, who resubbed for me 20 months in a row, and that's pretty doggone awesome. JPC, another fun event, and for those of you that don't know, Jet Pilot Cinnamon is the head honcho here at the Virtual USA Flying Club. And so if you are interested in this type of flying, we do events like this multiple times, almost on a weekly basis. We're involved either in one that we create or one that we partner up with VATUSA.net that is specific to general aviation. So if you love general aviation flying, this group I really think has put GA flying on the map as far as VATSIM goes. So we'd love to have you along. There was a link that scrolled by. You probably saw it, but it's a little bit of a sign-up process. It doesn't take much. So we'd love to have you join along. It's the JPC. It's the Virtual USA Flying Club. Let's see, what else? We had a lot of old regulars, Good Fixins and Kinney and Jay Schmitty and Panagon. Let's see who else. Rob, of course, was here. There was so many. .34, Al South MIA. Thank you so much, you guys, as always, for hanging out. It's great to spend time with you. It's a great way to wind the weekend down and kind of get me recharged for the upcoming week. And I hope you guys all have an awesome upcoming week. Tried to find somebody to raid here. Let's see who we have that we've got. Did we go hit Torbinator last night? I think we did. Raid Eric. Where is Eric? Why don't I see you? Yeah, there it is. Let's go. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's go over and we'll raid Eric Lemierariar, who's flying this event right now, so you can catch the last bit of the event, even though I've had to get myself off a little bit early. But we'll head over to Eric Flight's channel. If you can't stay for the whole stream, that's cool, but let's hit him up with some raid emotes and send him some virtual love, and I'll see you over there here in just a few. So until next Sunday, have an awesome rest of your weekend, a good next week, and take care. God bless.